Gods and goddesses in training, welcome back to the channel. It's Uncle Makara. Today I'm using as a rebirth day because tomorrow we have a portal. So it's the 29th, today is the 28th. 2 plus 9 is 11, okay? And 11 are like 2 doors, so it's a portal. And I'm stepping into this new avatar form, and partly it's mostly challenges from my specific deities that I choose to work with on my very unique path working, which is called Primal Sutra. And if you're a part of this movement, if you're part of this tribe, you understand that we've been going off. We've been taking off in our spaceship, and we're doing something so different on our spiritual path working, and it's empowering all of us to become our greatest selves. So today I want to teach you about one of the things that really stops people from accessing the flow state. And it's when people grow up and they become more and more rigid about rules and dogma. It's one thing to be a man of principle and follow through on your values, but it's another thing completely where on the other side you're being held captive by your schedule. You have to go to work on this time, you have to come back at this time, you know? And I understand that living in that lifestyle gives you less access to freedom, therefore less access to a positive belief system where you feel free. So I think freedom is one of the keys towards this thing, and flow state is one of the keys towards this thing. Flow state is something I'm an expert in. I say that hands down because I've been studying this state for many years, and I've dedicated my entire life to embodying this state, being this state, teaching others how to access this state. Actually, yesterday I just taught someone how to access the flow, and I gave them the list of flow triggers and see if they could tap a lot of the flow triggers at once, you know, in one sitting or one session. This is why your own flow state practice is so important to you, to have a flow block on your calendar and so forth, but also just paying attention to the idea of letting go. So there's 2 paradigms to choose from, okay? There's a control paradigm and there's a release paradigm. When you enter the release paradigm, you become very charismatic, very attractive. You're tapped into the zone. You feel it. You're accessing the flow state through release. You're not accessing the flow state through struggle, remember. Struggle is the mirror opposite to flow, but it's what gets the engine running, right? And so a lot of people choose the control paradigm rather than the struggle paradigm. I choose to focus on it like it's the challenge paradigm, okay? So it's putting me into a stretch zone, and I understand that I've got to let go. I have to learn how to let go, okay? You could let go on a mental level, but physically it still feels like it's stored in your system. You can let it go on a somatic level, but not even understand what you intellectually got rid of, right? So there's a lot of overlaps in this thing. But this video is very simple. One of the keystones that I want you to understand is to choose to let go. I'm not searching for anybody, they're looking for me. Okay? The frame is so strong, and we understood on our podcast yesterday, we were talking about how manifestation is just frame control, right? If you're just holding on to a specific frame of reality over and over again, day after day, Kaizen approach, small win by small win, of course you're gonna build momentum. Of course you're gonna get to that next level. I also got a very interesting question the other day, and it was around making a choice that was from heart or spirit, and understanding that, you know, sometimes when you get into money-making things or, you know, business ideas, you sometimes lose your spiritual touch. My idea is very simple. Number 1, find ways to automate it so it's much more natural for you to make those decisions in that particular business or company or whatever you're trying to build. And number 2, building a spiritual momentum or spiritual discipline throughout that time as well. So that is going to move you forward in this. That's going to keep your soul alive in a sense, okay? Think about this. They've been trying to keep our souls vibrating at a very low level due to probably trillions of dollars in marketing that's making us stay in this low depressed state. You understand that, right? You already know that that's what's happening behind the scenes, right? Like, but that also goes to show you that your soul has so much of power, how it's able to maintain and still keep surviving even after the program, right? It's amazing. This is a spiritual toolkit you need to build with yourself. And when you can understand this letting go or this release paradigm, you're not holding all this tension in your body wherever you're going, right? A lot of the times I notice I'm holding so much tension in my physical body. I don't need to. I can relax, I can stretch, I can, start scraping my skin or tapping my skin to let the blood flow, the fascia flow. I understand that I need to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to be very stuck, lactic acid built up. I don't like that feeling. So this is a very, very key technique I'm going to give you right now. And this might blow every other technique out of the water for right now, I'm telling you. Because this is such a key, pivotal hack to be able to tap into the character or the timeline or the higher self that you truly prefer. And what I'm going to tell you right here is very, very key. So listen up here, okay? Are you familiar with the Hawaiian form of Ho'oponopono? Okay, very long name. Bear with me here. Ho'oponopono is the idea of saying a mantra of I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. It can be in any order, okay? But these words are words that we say when we hold a lot of emotional reservoir, right? Like a lot of emotional energy. When we really feel it and we tell someone I love you or I'm sorry, man, there's a deep release, a release valve that takes place, right? So the Ho'oponopono has a certain code here that gets you back to that 0 point, back to that neutrality again, and not in that dark, dense, heavy energy anymore of holding on, okay? So Ho'oponopono, highly recommended. But let's say that I want to tap into, let's say, the intelligence of Andrew Huberman, okay? For example, I've got to look at Andrew Huberman and I have to say, thank you, please forgive me, I love you, and I'm sorry in different ways, okay? So you could say, hey, Andrew, I'm actually really sorry for just judging you as just a kind of jacked nerd, that people will listen to. I know you're so much more deeper than that, and you have so much more of a pool of relevance. And hey, Andrew, I love you for being so humble and generous with your time and information. Hey, Andrew, please forgive me for behind the scenes calling what you do a cult and a science cult, okay? I'm just giving you random examples, right? So take any character that you want to focus on, and then you want to use this Ho'oponopono with that character, with that person that you want to step into. Similar to Rykov. We talk a lot about Rykov on this channel too, and a lot of people know how to use Rykov who are connected to me and connected to our process too. But we do it very different too. We also do it with deities, so that's a whole nother level, right? So let's take the example of, I want the humor of Ashton Kutcher, random, okay? Hey Ashton, man, I'm sorry for not being able to see your versatility before. I used to kind of put you in a box, like you're only that punked guy or that kind of silly comedic actor. But I understand you have range and you have a versatility, so I really want to thank you. Right? You want to say it out loud too. You don't want to just like think about it, right? You want to say it out loud. You want to look at the character's picture. These kind of things are enhancing the process, okay? So character Ho'oponopono, release paradigm from control paradigm. Stop trying to control this thing. Stop trying to, put it into boxes, categorize, and put it into very logical maneuvers. The logic should be connected to your authenticity. It should be the bridge that you're just doing. You're taking action. You're gaining momentum. A lot of people talk about it, but do they really take action and execute on it? That's the thing, okay? So we need to get rid of the decision-making fatigue, persona fatigue, and judgment fatigue, and just purely be expansive and release and let go. And we've forgotten how to have fun, There's some guys who look at the people in this glorious cave where people are having fun, and they judge them. They judge them as lazy. They're not hardworking as me. They're they're just celebrating. They're just getting by, right? But people actually want to be there. People actually want to be having fun and being in joy and happiness. But if we hate that thing, if we resist it, we're cutting off our own circulation from our own joy, our own fun. Because why? Those people are a reflection of us, our own inner worlds. Have you ever done this, man? Like, I used to make fun of gym bros before until I actually started to go to the gym, right? And now when I ho'oponopono a gym bro, right? I'm like, I'm sorry, bro, and thank you for being you, you know, and being dope like that and sharing your knowledge. Thank you for like correcting my form so I don't get an injury, right? Like, you will start to get this ho'oponopono language. Ho'oponopono, okay? Then I had to go to Wa'aikiki, and then I had to go to Wa'ana'u'u, okay? Hawaii has all these long names for roads. But yeah, man, this is such a powerful tech, right? And it's so simple. It's simple yet effective. That's what Primal Sutra loves. Tomorrow I'm gonna step into the portal. Let's get it today, Upward Spiral Gang. May we never be the same again. Hit that like and subscribe button. We're all gonna make it. I'll see you on the other side, Os.